Hey guys, Smash Tech has returned. I've been out of the country for a little bit, but I'm back. Alright, guys, so today I'm actually introducing a new segment called Smash Talk, where I'll be interviewing one of my favorite dealers, Ernst Gottschalk, the owner of Home AV Pros. He's doing some really cool stuff with Ava right now. But first, I want to rope in Ted so we can talk about all the cool things we've done with Ava since the last episode, because there's a lot. All right, Ted, so my last Smash Tech episode was 2 years ago.
What am I doing here? What am I doing here?
How many Ava OS updates have we pushed since 2024?
Because you did that last episode as sort of a here's Ava Cinema Remote. And that was April of 2024. We're just a little more than 2 years over. There's been 10 releases. And payloads that were in these releases were pretty incredible. You've got thousands of devices on IP control now and tens of thousands of IR controlled devices out there. You've got things like a massive Sonos experience and a certified Sonos driver for your projects. You got a certified Lutron driver for your projects. I mean, crazy amounts of stuff. People are using webhooks now to stitch into Shelly devices or into home assistant platforms and stuff like that. There's so much that's happened with the features that have been out there, and they're all the release notes are on support.ava.com in the news section, so people can check them out if you want to see the whole list. There's no way we can go through the whole list, right? So here's my question for you, Ashley. What is the biggest, most important feature? So we've gone through this whole 1X version of Ava OS at CEDIA 2025, at CEDIA Expo 2025. We released Ava OS 2.0, and we've been going through the 2X generation. There's got to be one thing out there that you think makes the biggest difference to dealers. What is it?
I think it's got to be the companion app. I really think that was a game changer for sure.
Companion app. It runs on Windows, it runs on Macintosh, it runs on iPad, it runs on tablets. Why is it important for dealers though? I mean, that's like a customer can control their system when they're at home using their tablet. Why does it matter for dealers?
Because we can program now with the keyboard, like an actual one of these, instead of on the remote itself.
Pictures or it isn't true. Don't tell me, show me.
We can do it on one of these now.
No, show. I want to see the app. I want to see the actual app on screen.
Okay. Say no more. Let me share my screen.
Okay, so standard interface right there.
I'm controlling my TCL TV right now, but I want to add just a basic Apple TV.
So you're using your mouse right now, clicking around. You're off the remote and you're adding devices.
And it's real fast. All right, now I gotta look to see my code. So we're doing this live. All right, and we want to add it to the living room. And voila. But we're not done yet. We got to click on this now. We got to do some wiring. But again, I'm doing this all from my computer. And just like that, it's already on the remote. It's here. It's on your iPad when you download. Now, again, you got to remember, you've got to have a NanoBrain.
I want to get back to that. But let's say I want to add in a longer delay for one of my devices, or I want to add an extra command like a Lutron command to bring the lights down or something like that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually need to change the delay here. I can just go between these and drop this down. I like to do it to 1.5. And if I had an AVR, this is where I would change and add the volume here. This is just the TV or the Apple TV. But again, it's all done right here. So it makes it really easy.
Okay. So, and that delay that you changed there, that works with your TV, like it does switching and everything. So that you can bring it down to that. Now, let's say I'm a dealer I go not just to one customer's house, but I go to like from one customer's house, I go to another one and I'm wanting to connect to their system.
No, so you can change between systems, which is really nice. You have to be on their network, so you've got to get on site. And then what we're going to do here is when you get there,
So you
you're
went
going
to
to change
settings and then
project.
system right there. And now
So I can switch between all of these. And again, this is all on one network. So right now I'm in the living room brain, but if you had different, different rooms using different brains, different projects, this is where you'd find them all.
in order to get this, you said it has to be, the project has to be running on a nano brain.
Hmm.
Where do I get the software?
Ooh, what is it?
Did I
What's
just,
the link, Ted?
I stumped you with a question you weren't expecting, huh? ava.com/download, and it's on the screen right there for our viewers here. Awesome. Okay, so dealers can use that tool, and that's your number one tool from all of the stuff that we've released over the past year and a half. I totally see why. Um, Now you introduced at the beginning of the show, you said there's a new segment that you're doing called Smash Talk, was it? And what is that?
I've had a few dealers share some really cool things that they're doing with Ava. And I just thought, oh man, like it'd be cool to share this with more people so they can see what other dealers are doing in the industry with Ava. And that's why I wanted to start with one of my favorite dealers, Ernst Gottschalk, the owner of Home AV Pros. And so he's doing some pretty cool stuff. Ernst, we have you here with Ted and I. I'm excited to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's going to be a good time, I think.
Yeah, we're excited. You're doing a lot of cool stuff with Ava, and I wanted to ask first of all, what are your jobs like? What are your clients like? What kind of jobs do you do?
We've been in the industry for 15 years now, actually, this year. So it's been a long time coming. We've used different remotes in the past, different platforms. From Logitech discontinuing, we went a couple years with no good platform to work off of. We were looking for a good platform, good remotes for our clients, came across to Ava, and we were supporting Ava plus another remote platform, and we just dropped the other remote and are just now basically all Ava.
What kind
Uh,
Tell us a little bit about the kind of installs that you're doing though. Like are these
yeah,
like living room
so
systems? Are they big home theater systems? Are they
we range in all different ways. We do just small little smart home setups for people, starting from, hey, we just want Lutron, we want some smart blinds, or we do, hey, we want to mount the TV, we want surround sound, or we just want Sonos. We start from scratch with people. We retrofit them. We do kind of everything across the board. It's one thing over 15 years, we've just kind of grown with the industry, as a lot of us do in this thing. If you don't grow with it, you're not going to continue with it.
All right, so roam with the industry. Now, Ash and I have we've talked to you on several different occasions while you're at different client sites, and
Yeah.
you're all over the place in the Midwest, right? So tell us about
Yeah.
the geographic area that you cover, because I think this frames it out a little bit for other dealers who might be watching here. Of just like
So,
what's
yeah,
Ernst doing?
for where we're located, we're out of Madison, Wisconsin. But we cover primarily all of Wisconsin, which is not a small state like Rhode Island, but we're not California either. But we cover all of that. We cover northern Illinois, which is, you think, oh, it's just a small Midwestern area. But Chicago's there. They got a lot of people down in there. We cover Chicago as well. We've helped out other dealers in all different forms that they need us, or just going down there helping our own clients. The one-off one that we had, which Ashley actually forwarded out to us, was basically in Canada. It was an hour south of Thunder Bay. The
Okay.
client was willing to pay for our trip and food, lodging, and stuff to go up there and install a couple Ava remotes for them. So our area is everywhere.
I know. I'm always, reaching out going, all right, you want to look at this one, see how far it is and map it
Yep.
out.
Yeah, typically we try to stay within about a 3 hour drive, but depending upon what it is and what it consists of, we're more than willing to go the extra mile in all fashions, driving or just with the client.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump right into this next question that I have. But in regards to those clients that are that far away, how do you support them?
So we have a way of kind of reprogramming some of the Ava hardware on the remotes. The quick action button that is offered by Ava, uh, you guys give it kind of two options, technically three, but primarily two options there. We use another program that allows us to remap that uh, button, and we basically make it a double press button that allows us to launch a remote assistance platform. It's not Ava supported whatsoever. I would not suggest a normal dealer just go, oh, I'm just going to put this software on there and hope it works.
Mm.
We did a lot of in-house testing, and we actually took it to different networks of different internet providers to make sure we weren't running into complications. We built a basically a step by step for a client if they ever somehow deleted off that software, so they can go out to a website and re-download that software for us to get access into the remote.
Are you so all right? Are you willing to tell us what the software is? Because this is intriguing, and yes,
Yeah.
you're in a
Oh,
territory here that's like
get it.
you're coloring
Well,
outside the lines of the coloring book.
yeah.
We want to know more.
Let me ask this of the person that's probably going to get the phone calls to answer questions with Ava, if she wants me to answer that question.
We wouldn't have you here if we didn't want to know.
So there's multiple softwares that we tested. Some look like they're going to work just fine, but as soon as we tried to implement them, we ran into problems. We did finally run across one, and it's TeamViewer. Now, original TeamViewer does not work properly on it that well. So what we ended up doing is we found a little program that they also make called Quick Assist, or Quick Support, sorry, Quick Support. And we put that onto the remote, have the button remapper remap to that.
Straight out of the Play Store, like you install the app out of the Play Store. So you're always getting the latest version and everything from it.
Correct.
The remote does run Google certified Android. So okay, got it.
The Android operating system, we were able to do that. And our clients, as soon as they double press that action button, it pulls it up, and they're able to give us a code. So only we have access. It's not just, oh, somebody out in the world can just access the remote. They have to give us the code to access into there. Once they've done that, they also approve us.
I want to check that real quick, because that's a super important point right there for client protection, right? You don't want software that somebody can just access from out there in the world. So the TeamViewer Crit Assist software that you're using, they double click on there, it launches the software, and they have to give you the code in order to do this.
Yes. And then they also have to approve us. It shows our tech support name, and then they approve us, and then it even records what we're doing on there.
Oh, actually, that's super cool, Ash. So I watch all kinds of very scam bait videos and stuff like that. And this kind of software has been used by scammers a whole lot out there.
Yep. They love AnyDesk. They love a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And we tested out a lot of them.
Okay,
yeah, we tested out a lot.
The permission system is cool.
Yes, the permission is huge for that. And we've had clients misread that code, and they're like, why can't you get in? I'm like, well, reread the code, and immediately it gets us back in. And you can pay for them to support you on their end, From a TeamViewer, we don't do it, but we've had no issues with it. We had one client that utilized it, uh, and he went through the software update and it locked up. I gave him the website that we built, step-by-step guide on how to download it. He went in, uninstalled it, followed that guide, and he was back online within 5 minutes. So it's an awesome way for us to support our clients when they're basically almost in Canada.
So paint the picture for us, if you would. When you are accessing, so you've got like a heads-up view into somebody's remote, right?
Yep.
But are you doing this like from another remote control? What do you how
No, I mean you could, but no, I utilize it from my cell phone. You can even do it from a desktop if you wish. It's a little cumbersome on the desktop because the desktop you're using a mouse where it's a touch platform. It's just a little cumbersome, at least for myself. But on the cell phone, I can, if somebody's got a major problem and they need it like fixed right now, I can simply jump onto it at a job site, 5 minutes, get it back up and working for them and move on.
Didn't love that.
Yeah. I don't have to charge a truck roll fee for them. They pay my $10 tech support over the phone fee and we're moving on. The clients, they're like, you mean we didn't have to pay $150 for you to come to our house? I'm like, yeah, it's that simple.
that is super cool to hear.
Yeah. Now, again, I will point out, this is not something you should be calling Ashley to support you on. Because she's going to be like, hey, Ernst, you told these guys to do this. Now I'm becoming Ashley's support line.
Yeah,
so do it at your own risk. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we're making that known here now, just so everyone knows.
I don't need some other people from Ava giving me calls. Why are you telling people this?
Oh, yeah. I know, and I'm the one that's like, we got to talk about how cool this is, but at the same time, we got to make sure they know what they're doing. Because
I mean, we spent probably about almost a month rolling this out internally with myself and a couple other people here that have Ava remotes and making sure, hey, I want to log in. Let me log in. And we run through it, make sure it's easy for our clients, but also just make sure that it does work. Like I said, we tried about 5 to 6 different software on the remotes, and this was the only one that we personally could find that worked for us.
Yeah. Cool. And it's got the full permission system to it. That's very cool.
Well, I love that you put the time and energy into understanding that software and everything as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we do a lot of different testing. Going off of that basis, we also kind of tested out to get Lutron Caseta working inside of Ava. I know Ava does just Radio Raw 3 and Homeworks. I believe you guys are working on getting Caseta, but it's not there yet. But our clients...
I got a contact at Lutron. I actually, just before this, I just sent them an email to say, hey, how about that Caseta thing? Because they kind of see like their premium stuff as the stuff they really want to move a lot of times.
Yeah.
And rightly so, right? I mean, the Palladium keypads are beautiful and everything, but like, so let's get into it. You've got a solution here, or something. And again, we're coloring outside the lines, right?
Yeah, it's not something that's built into Ava directly. Radio Raw 3 and Homeworks, those are things that are built in. Those are drivers you guys offer. But myself, I use Caseta at the house. I have other clients that, hey, I only want the Ava Cinema remote to do what it's titled to do, cinema. And they put it in their cinema, all right? They put it in their cinema, and they have just the lights for that room that they want to control. They don't have all the other parts of their house set up. They just only have that room, or they want that room. So we put Caseta switches, dimmers in just that room. And because of that, we had to come up with a way to make that work. And what we found is basically IFTTT has an applet.
This then that the online cloud service that you can like integrate various other things like Ring, Doorcam, or whatever.
Oh yeah, they have tons of things.
Consumer level service.
Yep. and we utilize their Pro Plus platform, so we can set up clients and program and reprogram if they want to add 10% brightness or 30% versus 10%. And they find out, no, I want it brighter. After we've done the initial install, we can actually go in there and make those changes rather
without
than
going on
asking them their
site.
passwords. Yeah.
Without going on site, you're able to just do that as cloud management because if this
Yep.
that lets you access that.
Yeah. I want to do as much remote programming and software updates as possibly because that lessens, I'm a very small company. The less time I have to run to their house, the more I can get different clients up and working. So I can come home, make those changes, tell them, hey, it's up and running. But within IFTTT, basically, they have applets, and you can program those applets with webhooks because Ava works with webhooks, and lots of different things work with webhooks, which is great.
Okay,
And
so wait, you're essentially putting into an Ava flow, you insert
yeah,
a webhook step,
yeah,
and that calls if this then that,
correct.
and then if
And
this then that
within there, it's
contacts,
got an applet. Yeah,
and they've got a Caseta applet inside that for Lutron.
yep. Now it doesn't allow you to dim gradually or anything like that. You have steps. You have like 10%, 30% on, off. But you can, in most instances, if a client presses pause, you can simply put a custom UI button on there for pause, and it hits that flow to send that webhook to 20% on brightness,
Mm.
just so they can get up and get popcorn for the movie, and then come back, hit play, and it turns the lights back off.
Ah, so
Yeah.
cool.
And they don't have to spend the money for Radio Raw 3 at this moment.
Right, got it.
So,
Because you're talking, this is for a smaller theater room where they maybe don't have
yeah.
that overhead budget for
Well, they don't want it throughout their whole house. They just want the lights to dim, their sconces to dim on or off, and they just want to watch the movie but have kind of a theater feel to it. This was a way for us to do that without having to say, well, by the way, you got to buy Radio Raw 3.
Right.
interesting.
Oh, I love that. It just gives that experience.
Yeah.
Love that. And that's so
Yeah.
cool that you did that with Caseta.
Yeah, so
No,
I hadn't thought like I knew that if this then that could be an interesting integration for some things. I hadn't like put like the connective tissue together. You know,
no.
when we did the video for how to use webhooks, we used like a Shelly device
Yeah.
in-house. You know, just throw a webhook right to the Shelly device, like to
No.
turn on a switch or something like that. That's kind of where we conceived of it originally. And what you've done is you've essentially said, no, I'm going out. I'm going through the cloud. I'm getting a cloud service to then do the stuff that I need to. What do you do though about because of that? It does have a dependency for your client though. Like internet in homes goes down sometimes, right? So
Yeah, it does go
how do you manage
down.
that?
Well, here in the Midwest, we don't have too many issues of internet go down. It's not like Texas or Oklahoma kind of style. Most of our internet and power is underground now, so it's less likely to happen.
Ah,
Uh, but I tell the clients, hey, it's not 100%. It is going through the cloud. Just we also tell them that with our remote assistance. We may run into a problem because it's not a direct support of the remote. It's us as an individual company. This is how we can make things work for you. And almost every client, actually, all my clients are just accepting of it because they know it's a support feature that they want and they would like to have.
okay. So there's a little bit of discussion that you have with them in a case like that.
Yeah.
And yet, yes, I'm sorry that you're having employee management issues going on there. There's some kind of strife happening.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, and you luckily, obviously I've supported you a few times at clients' homes and stuff, and you seem like you have the coolest clients as well, which is really that makes a
Yeah.
whole deal.
Yeah, definitely a lot of our clients, they're kind of tech savvy, but I've also worked with some older clients as well that just say, you know what? I don't, it's great that you have the remote assistance on there in case I run into problems, but what happens when I want to upgrade? I say, just call me up. We'll come out. For
Mhm.
those long distance ones, like almost up in Canada there, I made sure that the client was tech savvy enough that he could upgrade the hardware. All he
Mhm.
needed me to do is just remotely log in. So you just got to talk to your clients and know what they're capable of and what they're willing to do for that. Don't just go in there and just say, well, this is what we're going to do for you. You have no choice on it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
as every experienced dealer in this industry knows, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yep. Yeah.
You got to size it right to the client.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this conversation with you, Ted, basically saying, hey, should we be locking down every remote? I feel most dealers should. I mean, you don't want your client getting in there and messing around, and all of a sudden you're getting a call up for every remote you sell.
And we're talking about the
But
PIN code to keep from changing the settings of the project on the
correct.
remote.
Yep. Yeah, you want to put in that PIN code, whether it's the PIN code or your password. I personally suggest using the PIN code, especially if you are doing remote assistance. You don't want the client to know your password into everything Ava.
Mm,
Because
okay.
they
Yeah.
can see that as you press it in. Where if you put in a PIN code, you can put it in so quick they won't remember it, and they're probably not even paying attention anyways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I personally say most dealers probably should lock it down remote. But again, if you work with the client and they're understanding that, hey, we may have to pay extra if we screw this up, but if you can leave it unlocked, that'd be great. So I've had a couple clients that have dealt with that, and I've had a few phone calls from them or text messages saying, "Hey, why did when I deleted out this device, did all of my uh, other devices go offline?" I had the client call me up. He's like, "I deleted out the device because I didn't necessarily want it in there anymore as part of Ava, but all of a sudden, all of my other flows went offline. They got red little marks on them." I'm like, "Yes, because when I was there, I asked you if I could use this as my primary device and create all of your other gaming machines off of here." And you
Mhm.
said yes.
Mm,
And you were under the understanding that you were going to take over programming of this for the most part. So I duplicated that flow and just made the changes for what input on the receiver it called for. And he
Mhm.
deleted out that one particular first flow and everything went offline. I'm like, well, this is how you can fix it. If you need me to log in, you're gonna have to download the software because he didn't want that on there either. He wanted like pure Ava 100%. And
Mhm.
I'm like, well, good luck. You can contact me and pay for my services, or you can figure it out because that's what you asked for. And he managed. He got through it. He asked for a simple hand, and I'm more than willing to do simple handouts. But I also don't want to sit there and babysit everybody either.
Well, I was just gonna say no, like yeah, it's got to be fair to you too. It's your time and
Yeah,
energy as well,
yeah.
and so and doing something like that, coming from my realm of things is,
yeah,
the customer does need to understand if there is something like that, that they need to be careful when messing with the programming, and if they do
yep,
mess up, there's reasons why dealers are trained and go through basically all the trainings and understanding and like the years of understanding how to work with remotes and
yeah,
devices.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
and I know from Ashley's perspective on this, we don't make a hard recommendation. All pros have to lock down their remote.
No, yeah,
But the moment that they try to get support from Ashley, Ashley supports the pros out there.
yep.
She's answering the phone call for Ernst and for others, and like
With,
those customers will get like gentle but blunt force pushed back
oh yeah,
to their
and I
dealer, right?
don't disagree with that. I looked at I have one client that actually both of them recently, they actually knew Ashley's name. And I'm like, that's not a name you guys really should be knowing. I mean, that's our support. He's like, and one client's like, well, should I be working with you or Ashley on this. I'm like, you try to work with Ashley, she's going to tell you to come to me.
Mhm.
It's how it is. You wanted this unlocked. You
Mhm.
understood that you will come to us as support. So my recommendation as a dealer, 98% of the time, lock your remotes.
Got it.
Yeah,
Unless if you know exactly that exact client can handle it.
yep. No, I love that. Okay, so one thing I do want to ask you is because you've done a lot of Ava systems, you've done a lot of Ava remotes, and
Yep.
I want to know like what's been your, I don't know, favorite install so far? Which is one that you've walked away and the clients like maybe were like, "Oh my gosh," or it was just really cool. I don't know. What's been your favorite?
My favorite, outside of my own Ava remote.
Oh, that can count too. But yeah, outside of your own, I want to hear client
Okay.
first. Yeah.
So I would probably my favorite remotes are overall a client that starts with just either the TV and just one sound system, the basics. And then from there, they contact me up and say, hey, can we add this? And when I say add this, I'm speaking of like, hey, I get interrupted by my doorbell frequently. And I'm like, yeah, we can simply put the Ring doorbell app on your remote. And when it rings, we can simply press a button on there, pause, and you can pick it up on the remote. Then you can tell the telemarketer or whoever, a door person, to go away right from the remote. And see the client kind of, their eyes just go, I can do that? And that right there, that's what makes all my clients the best clients is because they just go, oh my God, this remote grows with me. And that's my best customer is the one that realizes they spent a lot of people look at the remote and go, wow, that's a lot of money for a remote. But I work with them and tell them it's not just a remote. It's a automation hardware device that will grow with you as you want to grow into a smart platform. And they don't believe it at first. Then they slowly see it. And then they slowly come back to me as a client, not just a customer. And now I'm working with them for the rest of their life in that house or with that remote. It's not just drop the remote off and say, see ya, I'm moving on. Call me
Mhm.
up when you have a problem or you want to add something. And by adding something, you just put in a new Blu-ray player. And now you got to go out and reprogram the code. I can do that remotely. But when they want to add in a doorbell, things like that, and their eyes just bug out of their head, like, oh my God, this is cool. And that right there is the best platform.
That's an awesome note for us to wrap up right there on Ernst Gottschalk from Home AV Pros. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. No problem.
this was so fun.
Yep.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. My last note to any dealer that's looking at Ava, get a remote in your house, have fun with it, because the more you have fun with it, the easier
Mm.
it is to install.
Thanks for having
Oh,
me on that, Ash. That was super fun to do. Um, do you think we could also do this with some of our industry partners, not just dealers? I want to talk to them too because I was so much fun with Ernst. But do you think we could also bring some of our partners in, like say a Doorbird or a Sonos or a whoever?
oh, sure, for sure. That would be so fun. I think we should do that next.
All right. Well, then I've seen you do the outro before of a like, subscribe. It's been
You know,
2 years. Do it again.
you guys know what to do. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and comment if you know you think it's cool. And we'll see you guys next time.
Excuse me 1 second here.
No
Yep.
problem.
Get in here.
Who's that? Who's the one that was barking?
This is Selena Kyle. Then I have Yada. I got that name from the breeder. I didn't have a choice. She came to me at 2 years old. Then I have Bruce Wayne. So yes, there's a DC Comics theme there.